1955, Nancy and David Howe and their growing family left Chicago and settled their family in Charlotte, North Carolina, in a log house on Mandarin Boulevard. The Howes had always been interested in folk dancing and became involved in the arts community in their new home. In 1973, daughter Sarah returned from a weekend dance workshop at the John C. Campbell Folk School and told her parents about her wonderful experience there. Nancy sensed that this was something worth investigating and in short order contacted Garnet Sloan, who was in charge of the dance at the John C. Campbell Folk School. Garnet was soon making his way to Charlotte on Thursday and Friday evenings in what has been described as a decrepit old car to teach contra dance. Live music is always an important part of contra dance, and Nancy enlisted the help of the talented Tom Walsh, at the time a chemistry professor at UNCC, and his wife Bambi to play for dances. Other musicians and callers who were involved early on included Joan Tillotson, Paul Larson, Donald Davis, and Marilyn Price. From the very beginning, contra dance was a family affair for the Howes, with all ages joining in the fun. Sarah Howe recently said, "With our big family and one other family, we had enough people for a good-sized contra dance." Again quoting daughter Sarah, "As I grew up and left home, returning from time to time, I came to appreciate the friendly character of the Charlotte group, which I saw came from my parents, Nancy and David Howe's attitude, welcoming all who came to join the dance." In 1982, the Charlotte Country Dancers held their first dance weekend at UNCC. Now, who remembers the year the blizzard hit the dance weekend and it all moved to the log house? Who all was at that weekend? Who remembers dancing 6 couple sets, singing squares and Sicilian circles? Yeah. Who remembers ending every Monday night with the Levi Jackson rag? Why are dances held on Monday nights? Well, because the Reverend Donald Davis was an early organizer of dance teachers, and he had Mondays off. So we still dance on Mondays. How many of you have been to a dance at Nancy's log home where we roll back the carpet and musicians are above us in the loft? How many of you have stayed overnight at Nancy's after a dance? Maybe out in the BOQ? And so, the Charlotte dance community wants to take this opportunity to thank Nancy Howe for providing the gentle light of leadership and bringing the joy of the dance to the lives of so many over the years. We have, there it comes. For our Nancy, lover of the flowers and the trees and the leaves and her garden. And for our Nancy, our very own American Beauty Rose. The mother of contra dance in Charlotte. We have her daughters, her family, and now for Nancy, a special gift of memories, poems, and notes of thanks from your dance community. Sandy Brown has worked very hard getting together contributions for this book. But Nancy, you get to look at this later. Because, Nancy, we're going to ask you if you would lead us in that lovely winding dance that starts every dance at Nancy's log house.